Hey guys, Auspicious Aussie here, and welcome to episode 60 of the Berlin Dynamo series. As you can tell by the title today, promotion to the Bundesliga, and we've actually done it. We've secured promotion automatically to the Bundesliga, and we have 2 games left to play. I'll show you the league table here. We'll move the face cam out of the way as well. As you can see, we do sit in first place, 73 points. Absolutely incredible season so far. Like I said, we've still got 2 more games to play. And then, of course, next episode, we have the DFB Pokal as a second division club. And we'll be taking on RB Leipzig in that one. Today's opponents, we've got Elversberg, who are currently in 6th place. And then we actually take on FC Cologne. I guess maybe for bragging rights. Theoretically, they could still finish above us. Get my words mixed up. They could finish above us if they win both their games, and of course, if we lose both of our games. So if we lose against Elversberg and then Cologne beat us, we will finish in 2nd place. Now, I do want to win. As long as I get a result here today, as long as I get a result in this, or either game realistically, but as long as I get a result in this Elversberg game, we will solidify that top spot. It essentially gives us an extra $1 million in prize money. And if I'm being honest, I'll move the face cam back up the top here. We do actually need that prize money because we've lost, $6.5 million this season, which is terrible. And then you look forward to next season. I've already been given the wage budget and the transfer budget, as you can see down the bottom here. Transfer budget of $876,000 for our first Bundesliga season. That is absolutely dreadful. And we've been given $250,000 per week. That is absolute peanuts. There are players at some of the higher up teams in the Bundesliga that have players on that much money. I mean, I would say most of Bayern's starting lineup is on that type of money. Shelter up. We've got Yang Feng, of course, I mentioned him last episode. Mofa, also on that type of wage. I mean, Zaire Emery's on 325k. You got squad players here. Kiergaard, 210. Ignacio is on 300,000. Nico, 300,000. Sesko, 300,000. I mean, even Davies, the left wing back, 240,000. Insane. Their backup goalkeeper is on 170,000 per week. This goes to show how little money that actually is. I know it's comparing it to Bayern Munich, which is a little bit ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. You compare it to some of the other teams that are even in our own division. And that's like, let's go to Cologne, for example. You look at theirs. Their squad, I'm looking at it just on a first glance there. That's at least 600,000 per week. Minimum. And that's just their first team, not mentioning that they do have a second team as well. Albeit, they're only under 23s. Anyway, I'm rambling off topic, but yeah, 250,000. It's absolutely pathetic. Albeit, I don't think that's really taking into account the sort of prize money and stuff we'll get anyway. But here's the 2 recent fixtures. I've got to admit, they were 2 very, very nervy games. I was very nervous. We had a 5-3 victory here against Karlsruhe. As you can see, we opened the scoring. We're on fire. Absolutely on fire. Gel with a penalty. Davidson, Jabali. 3-0 up. They got a goal back at halftime, on the stroke of halftime, essentially. I was like, okay, it's only 1 goal back. It's perfectly fine. And then, yeah, Jakobsen kicking us off, getting us a 4th goal. I was like, 4-1, job done. It's finished. We're all sweet. And then they scored 2 more goals to bring it back to 4-3. And I was like, I'm getting a little bit nervous now. Like, I don't like that. They're about to get an equaliser, which is essentially going to cause us to, give up 2 points to the other teams that are chasing us, being Hoffenheim and Cologne. So, yeah, a 6.4 from Naranjo, but luckily for us, Jabali getting us a goal there in the 78th minute to give us our 5th and solidify ourselves as the winner of that game. And then Regensburg, a 2-1 victory. However, as you can see, Jakobsen opened the scoring. They got a goal back just before half-time, and it was 1-1 all the way until the 96th minute when we won a penalty in the box. Gel put it away, giving us 3 points, and essentially securing us with that P there, as you can see in the league table. Promotion. Automatic promotion solidified, and these two teams, they're both on 68 points. You can't see it there, and I didn't really mention it previously. They're both on 68. So Cologne, Hoffenheim, it could be either of them going up. There's 2 games left to play, and we verse Cologne on that final day. We could literally upset the apple cart and send Hoffenheim back into the Bundesliga and make Cologne, verse a Bundesliga relegated team. So, yeah, it's a very interesting sort of run into the end of the season. I really like the fact that we've solidified ourselves for promotion already, which is perfect. And then those other teams are still struggling. So, yeah. Anyway, starting lineup today, the back line's exactly the same. Melges in goals. Pyru's coming in as we have an injury to Regragui. He's going to be out for 2 weeks, so that's perfectly fine. Senhaji partnering him in the centre of midfield. Going to stick with Jabali for this one. I might play Pavicic for the final game, as he's lacking match fitness there as well. Bednarek's been playing really terribly, but at this point, I almost just want to put him in because he is better than Mera, technically. And then up front, it's just going to be the usual suspects, Jakobsen and Gel. The bench, as per usual, pretty much the same as always as well. Let's get into it. Elversberg, like I said, they're in 6th place, so it's not going to be an easy game. We are the home team, though, so hopefully we can get a win here, because they actually beat us earlier in the season. That was the game I was talking about in the last episode. Back in the end of November, they beat us 2-1. So I'd like to get a bit of revenge here today. And like I said, if we at least get a draw in this game, we will have won 2 Bundesliga. And it's ridiculous that I'm saying that. It feels weird because we've struggled for so long. Anyway, Traore with a throw into Jakobsen. Goes back to Naranjo, who will be leaving the club this season. Mputhi, he's another one that could be leaving. Bednarek with a nice header. And unfortunately, Gel can't do anything with it there. I love how their goalkeeper's already on a 7-match rating. The game just started. Anyway, Jakobsen, Tyru into the box. Penalty? I think it was like on the line pretty much. I think it's a penalty, personally. Also worth mentioning, Jabali's picked up a knock. No penalty. I guess it's just outside. It's going to be a free kick, probably. Yeah, interesting. Oh well, is what it is. Like I said, we'll take the 0-0. I'll take it today. I don't care. I want to get revenge because I don't like them. But Bednarek with a corner into the box. Mputhi hits the crossbar. I don't know how that happened, but nevertheless, we continue. And we don't really look that dangerous today. At least in the first half an hour here. And it's a pretty boring first half. Elversberg with a free kick. Cleared away. Jakobsen's going to break forward. Plays the ball up to Bednarek, who's up there by himself. Into Gel. 1-0. He's going to be onside there. That was a nice little run. Nice goal overall. Bednarek finally putting in a performance. I think he's actually, with that assist, he's now taken the all-time assist record from Mbala. So fair play to him. Full credit. Senhaji's on a yellow card, so I'm going to ease him off as well. And we're 1-0 up, so not really going to change anything. Praise the boys, and we'll get out there and just ease Senhaji off tackles. He's actually not playing too well today. And neither is Jakobsen. So we'll see what this highlight brings us. But I might bring Jakobsen off because I do want to rest him for the DFB Pokal final. I think Jakobsen's got 33 goals this season in all competitions, which is literally just the cup and the league. Insane. All right, Elversberg, they're actually moving the ball around pretty nicely. Oh, I think that was outside as well. Is that our former player, Lionson? I think that's our former player. Davidson's picking up a yellow card there. It is. It is our former player, Lionson. That's funny. All right, sorry, I just had to check that. I'm just going to ease Davidson off, tackling harder. And then, like I said, De Jong can come on for Jakobsen. And I think we'll go Senhaji for ABBA. And I'll just get him to tackle harder. Sweet. All right. Not too long left in this game. We're still 1-0 up. And Elversberg are yet to have a shot on target, which is the way I like to see it. Not a bad cross there from Gel either. Oh, that's a nasty tackle. That's a red card. Yeah, it's a red. Well, Naranjo's, he'll play in the DFB Pokal, but that was pretty dreadful. We'll take Bednarek off, and then I'll bring De Jong onto the left-hand side. We'll just play with Gel up top by himself. If I can actually move him over. There we go. All right. We're down to 10 men, but can we hold on and get the victory here today? And Traore is out there on a 6.3. And pretty dreadful. Time's ticking away though. Stoppage time, 3 minutes. And there we go. We are the champions of the 2 Bundesliga. Get in there, lads. What a season. Even if we don't win the DFB Pokal, which I honestly don't really expect us to. Honestly, our final was essentially beating Bayern Munich. But here we go. Raising the 2 Bundesliga title. Yes! All right. Enough of that. We've got more important things to do. I want to beat C Cologne. So I know I said time to celebrate. It's not exactly time to celebrate because I want to win. Ooh, Hoffenheim lost. Hoffenheim lost. All they had to do was draw. If they drew, I could have beaten Cologne and then they'd be promoted automatically. Terrible. All right. Oh, is that going to be a 2-match ban? 1-match ban. Oh, that's so lucky. Oh, I thought that was a 2-match ban then. I was like, no. Thought I was going to have to play Ederfer in the final. Oh, thank God. Please don't be an extended ban on top of that. That would be absolutely dreadful for us. Alrighty. I'm going to skip forward to the Cologne game and I'll show you guys the lineup for that one as well. Probably going to change a few things just to rest a few players for the DFB Pokal final. Okay, well, got some bad news. Might be able to see it on the screen there. Let me go into here and show you. Might be wondering, why is Aguila in goals? You can see it right at the bottom of the screen there. Mosquera, injured. Melges, injured. Fractured lower leg for Melges, expected to be out for 2 to 3 months. Might be thinking, oh, that's all right. We've got Mosquera. He's a Bundesliga quality goalkeeper. And then he goes and gets injured. Lower back stress fractures in training as well. And he's going to be out for 6 to 7 weeks. So therefore, I have no high-quality first-team goalkeeper for not only this game, which means it essentially means nothing in the grand scheme of things. We've already won the league. We won 2 Bundesliga already. But next episode, the DFB Pokal final, we're going to have to be playing Aguila. And if Aguila gets injured, we've got a youth player. As you can see, Espinoza is still currently out at 1860 Munich on loan. So, yeah. Anyway, what I will do here actually is I'm going to play Abba at right back and Dos Santos for Senhaji. They're both playing really badly, but I may as well do that. I was thinking about doing this as well for this guy that I bought this season. Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's give him his debut. So Zajac coming into the first team as well. Slightly under strength. Pavicic back in as well. Tyru's there as well. As Reguagui still not fit from his injury. He will be fit though for the DFB Pokal. He'll probably just be fit around here. So a little bit of a worry, but I mean, the fact that we have both of our quality goalkeepers out doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Anyway, here's this second game. Literally means nothing. I know I want to win just for the sake of beating FC Cologne and proving to ourselves that we are the best team. Albeit we've already beaten them once this season. We absolutely thrashed Hoffenheim when we versed them last as well. But yeah, you can bet your backside that I was absolutely pissed off with those 2 injuries. Like the first one was bad enough. Melges, I was like 3 months with a broken foot. And I was like, all right, it is what it is. We've got Mosquera. He's going to come in. He didn't play well last time he played, but hopefully he'll come in and have a performance similar to what Melges did against Bayern Munich. And then he gets injured literally 1 day later. 1 day. I pressed continue, and he got injured as well. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll deal with it, and we'll just do what we do, I guess. Anyway, Zajac, not a bad cross. Doesn't really reach its person that it was intended for, though. Gel in behind, and that's a good save by their goalkeeper. I'm not even going to try and pronounce their goalkeeper's name. That is absurd. I would love to hear that pronunciated. It looks insane. It's a crazy name. Anyway, Imputhi to Abba, who gives a ball away. We've got Pettifer playing today as well. I forgot to mention him. But Naranjo will be back for that final, as it stands currently. Only a 1 game ban. Oh, look at that name. The Q's in there and the Y's. That freaks me out. Not to mention it starts with Z or Z. All right, Cologne coming forward. They got some good players. They got Makoko up top. Deadly striker. This guy as well, Guigon. He's scored a goal there, and he's a good player. So there we go. Worth mentioning that we are away from home today. Make of that what you will. I still expect us to put in a good performance, regardless of being the home team or the away team. And he's scored a second goal within the space of like 3 minutes. And we are 2-0 down. Aguilar in goals. He's something. He's something all right. And there's number 3 from Mukoko. Oh, it's in Puthio goal. Disregard. 3-0 in the space. That's 3 goals in 4 minutes? 5 minutes? 7 minutes. All right. Good start. I really don't care. Honestly, I'm absolutely buzzing with our automatic promotion. The fact that we won 2 Bundesliga as well, it's that should be a yellow card. And there's number 4. Oh god. Oh, it's bad. This DFB Pokal final, I can't even get myself motivated for it now. 3 shots on target and we've conceded 4 goals. That's insane. 6.1 for Aguilar. Ooh, we're in for it. We're in for it big time. RB Leipzig. All right, Abba with a corner. Goalkeeper comes and gets that one. Still not going to try and pronounce his name. Dancing around with the ball as well. I'm just going to do a really brief sort of end of season review. We'll just look at like goal scorers, assist makers, and average ratings and stuff. I won't go too in depth with it. Just have a brief look at who was sort of the better performers of the season. All right, Gel's in behind, probably offside. Hits the crossbar. Can't even score a goal at the moment. All right, substitutions. Let's do it. Jabali. De Jong. Mera. Who else? Revel. Actually, I'll leave him out there. Midfield's playing relatively good today, which is surprising. I don't really. I was going to bring Tebow on, but I don't really want to bring him on, if I'm being perfectly honest. We'll go Davidson for ABBA. Probably a bit of a silly substitution because I want to keep him fresh and make sure he doesn't pick up an injury going into the DFB Pokal. But like I said, it probably doesn't matter anyway because we're realistically going to lose. Aguilar is on a 5.9. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad it's almost comical at this point. As soon as I saw the 2 goalkeeper injuries, I literally knew. I was like, Football Manager is doing what it does best. Gives me promotion, and then it's going to absolutely punish me for what is the biggest game of the series so far, being the DFB Pokal final. Oh, I can't wait for next episode. You guys, you're probably going to enjoy it, but there we go. We finished 2 points above FC Cologne, and they beat us 4-0. 4-0. I think that's the biggest loss we've had all season. One of our only few losses we've had. Zajac getting himself his debut, the 18-year-old. We still finish in first place, which is good. Get the 15.13 million into our bank balance. It'd be nice if we could actually pay off a little bit of the debt. But you look at that, the projection looking pretty damn good. And we're in the Bundesliga, baby. And we're actually playing in Berlin, the Olympiastadion. We're more or less like a hometown team, albeit it's not in our stadium, it's in our rival stadium, but there we go. Anyway, have a final quick look at the league table here, and then I'll go through player ratings, end of season review stuff. As you can see there, like I said, 76 points. They're on 74. Hoffenheim finish on 69. So they kind of choked at the end there. 2 draws. right at the death in those last 2 games. They might win their playoff though. They're still a pretty decent team. Grufer Firth relegated alongside Chemnitzer, Regensburg. They're in the playoff spot. Hansa Rostock do survive for another season. And it's going to be Hanover versus Hoffenheim. I reckon Hoffenheim can win that. I genuinely think they can win that game. Anyway, players. Have a brief look at the stats here. Jakobsen, 33 goals, 7.36. Pretty low on the highest average ratings. I feel like that's pretty low. Yeah, that's a weird one. Anyway, Kasper Bednarek getting 15 assists for himself this season as well. Best pass completion going to the goalkeeper. Melges, of course, now injured as well, out for 3 months. Most man of the match awards going to Jakobsen. Most of the other cards going to Davidson as well. But let's go into the squad. So we'll go average ratings. Obviously, Jakobsen, 33 goals, only 6 assists, which isn't too many. But I mean, when you're scoring 33 goals, you're a bit of a ball hog, and you can be a little bit selfish because you know you can finish. Behind him, surprisingly, no wonder why we've been promoted. A right back that can actually play the game. Davidson, 7.32, 5 goals for him, 10 assists as well. Very happy with that contribution. Fair play to Romero as well. He did play a little bit at the start of the season, 7.30, 7.30. 4 starts, 2 sub appearances. Got himself a goal and 3 assists in just 6 games. He did eventually sign as well with Talleres, so he's going back to Argentina. Fair play to him. He's going to play in the top division of Argentina over there. Happy for him. And then we have Gel, 7.21. 35 starts there for him. 24 goals, 6 assists as well. So only 6 assists for each of our leading strikers. And then, of course, Gel had a lot of penalties this season as well. Mosquera came in 5 games. He started getting himself that 1 assist, which was very cool that Jakobsen put away. But a 7.12. And you consider that he got a 6.1 in one of those games. I would have been very, very comfortable with him playing in goals for this final. I would have been fine with it. If he had a stinker, he had a stinker. The fact I have to play with Aguila is... It's basically a write-off now. I feel like the game is a legitimate write-off. You saw what just happened then, 4-0 loss. It's going to be a bloodbath, and I'm not looking forward to it. Anyway, Pavicic up next. We got a 7.09. Was amazing in the first half of the season. Excuse me. Picked up that injury, and then it sort of went downhill for him. Didn't score, very often. He's only got 5 goals for himself this season. Went through a big goal drought once he did come back from injury. He hasn't scored for a lot of games in a row, so unfortunate. Did pick up 11 assists though, which is very cool to see, despite picking up that injury as well. Reguagui up next, and he got a 7.05. Only started 19 games with 5 sub appearances there as well, for 2 goals and 6 assists. So good to see one of our midfielders. The other midfielders are all sort of down here, so he's done really well for himself with a 7.05. 7.05. Jabali also getting the same rating, 7.05. 14 starts, 13 sub appearances, 6 goals, 5 assists. Played a little bit on that right-hand side as the inside forward as well. Then we have Bednarek, of course, first season at the club. Pretty productive season. I'll give it to him. He was a bit slow to start, but then he did come into it. Would go missing sometimes, but ultimately a 7.04 is good enough. 38 starts. I pretty much played him in every game. Pretty much every game I could. And he got himself 8 goals, 15 assists. Did break that assist record. We'll take a quick look at that in a second. But you go below him, we got Traore, 7.03, 3 assists. Solid defensively, not so great going forward in 29 starts. And then just below him, we do have Melges, our starting goalkeeper. 31 appearances, 7.02. Very solid rating for a goalkeeper. Very happy with him, and very glad we actually kept him as well. And then I guess the final mention I'll give is to Ale Naranjo. 33 starts, 3 goals, 1 assist, and a 6.99 at centre-back. I'm very happy with him. Like I said, he's joining Real Oviedo, unfortunately. I would have liked to have kept him at the club, but he wanted about 20,000 per week, and we just can't really be offering that at the moment. And Oviedo gave him like 15.5k or something, and he just went to them. It's worth mentioning Imputhi. He hasn't actually signed with anyone yet. I'm going to try and go in for him now that we are promoted. Still doesn't want to speak to me, but hopefully as it gets into that last month of his contract, he might be more inclined, or at least if Paderborn, I think it is, if they put an offer in, he might listen to my offer as well, just to maybe try and get as much money as possible. Maybe. I don't know if that's a real thing, but we'll go with that and we'll see what we can do. De Jong did not start one game this season. 18 sub appearances, getting himself 4 goals and an assist as well. Little shout out. He actually came up with some important goals when called upon off the bench. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be the end of the episode, guys. Absolutely incredible season. We've got the DFB Pokal up in episode 61, so make sure you check that one out as well. Like I said, it's going to be in Berlin, so we'll try and be positive despite Aguilar being in goals. Anyways, drop a like for this season. I think this is season 11? We're finally promoted to the Bundesliga, and it's about to get a whole lot harder as well. It's definitely not going to be a cakewalk. And our goal for next season is to avoid relegation at all costs, no matter what. We have to avoid it. So yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, drop a like I said, guys. Subscribe to the channel as well. It's important that you do sub to the channel. Turn the notifications on so you won't miss any episodes coming out in the near future. And apart from that, see you next episode. Take it easy and goodbye.